In 2025, the story of America's economy is being told not through headlines, but through parking lots. Once filled with shoppers, laughter, and the smell of food courts, they now sit empty, cracked asphalt, broken signs, and in many cities, the faint glow of campfires where families now live. Across the United States, major retailers are closing down at an alarming rate, and the aftershocks are spreading far beyond the economy. From coast to coast, the retail collapse is transforming once bustling shopping centers into modern-day ghost towns, and their parking lots into tent cities. The slow death of retail giants, the warning signs were there long before the pandemic. Online shopping, rising costs, and urban decline all chipped away at the retail empire. But now the dominoes are falling faster than ever. Let's look at 12 major retailers, once the backbone of American commerce, that are shutting down stores, pulling out of cities, and leaving behind a haunting symbol of what's happening to America itself. 1. Walgreens. For decades, Walgreens was the neighborhood pharmacy, a place where communities gathered for everyday needs. But as theft, inflation, and healthcare shifts hit hard, Walgreens has shuttered hundreds of locations in cities like San Francisco, Chicago, and New York. In many urban areas, these empty storefronts now border makeshift encampments, where the line between commerce and crisis grows thinner each day. 2. CVS. Walgreens' rival, CVS, is following the same path. Once promising to bring health to every corner of America, CVS is now closing more than 900 stores nationwide, citing changing consumer habits and shrinking profits. But behind those numbers are workers left jobless, and communities losing one of the few remaining signs of stability. 3. Target, once the bright red heart of suburban America, has quietly begun pulling back from dozens of urban centers. The company cited retail crime and safety concerns as major reasons for closure. In places like Portland, San Francisco, and Seattle, once vibrant Target stores now sit boarded up. Outside them, tents have appeared, not for shoppers, but for the unhoused, many displaced by the very economic forces that closed the store. 4. Macy's, America's favorite department store, has been fading for years. Macy's recently announced another wave of closures, bringing the total to over 150 locations since 2020. From grand downtown flagships to suburban mall anchors, Macy's downfall isn't just the death of a brand, it's the collapse of the American mall dream. And as these malls go dark, their vast parking lots have become havens for people with nowhere else to go. 5. Walmart. Even Walmart, the nation's biggest retailer, isn't immune. While profits remain massive, Walmart has quietly closed dozens of underperforming stores across urban and rural America. The company blames theft, costs, and shrinking demand, but for small towns, a lost Walmart often means a lost economy. Some of these lots, once full of cars and carts, are now lined with RVs and tents, the new faces of America's forgotten middle class. 6. Best Buy. As electronics became cheaper and online competition exploded, Best Buy has struggled to stay relevant. The company has downsized hundreds of locations, focusing on online sales instead. But for thousands of employees, the shift to e-commerce didn't come with a new job. It came with a pink slip. 7. Bed Bath & Beyond. This collapse became a symbol of the retail apocalypse. After decades of dominance, Bed Bath & Beyond went bankrupt, closing all its stores. Empty buildings now sit across America, often near freeways or major intersections, and some of these parking lots have quietly transformed into encampments, where people use the walls of once luxurious stores as shelter from the wind. 8. Foot Locker. Foot Locker, once the hub for sneaker culture, has been closing stores as mall traffic disappears. In 2024 alone, they announced over 400 closures by 2026. The fall of Foot Locker signals something deeper. A generation raised in malls now faces adulthood in an economy where malls themselves no longer exist. 9. Starbucks. Even Starbucks, a brand synonymous with modern urban life, has begun retreating. Citing safety and drug issues, the coffee giant has closed multiple downtown stores in cities like Los Angeles, Portland, and Philadelphia. What remains are empty windows and graffiti-covered walls, and outside, growing clusters of tents filled with people who used to sip coffee inside those same buildings. 10. Dollar Tree and Family Dollar. For many low-income Americans, dollar stores were the last affordable lifeline. But now even these chains are in trouble. Rising theft, inflation, and store mismanagement have forced hundreds of closures nationwide. In communities with no other grocery options, the loss of a Dollar Tree means more than inconvenience. It means hunger. 11. Big Lots. Big Lots built its name on discount furniture and closeout deals. But as freight costs, rent, and competition rose, the company began closing dozens of stores in 2024 and 2025. Those same strip malls now sit half empty, and at night, the glow from nearby tents replaces the old neon signs that once drew shoppers in. 12. Home Depot and Lowe's, even home improvement giants, are feeling the chill. In certain regions, both Home Depot and Lowe's have begun closing locations, especially in shrinking rural and suburban markets. For a country once obsessed with fixing up its dream homes, this feels symbolic. Fewer homes being built, fewer dreams being repaired. The rise of tent cities. Walk through America today, and you'll see two parallel realities. On one side, the remnants of the consumer age, glass storefronts, silent escalators, abandoned parking lots. On the other, the rise of tent cities growing like scars across those same spaces. In states like California, Oregon, and Washington, aerial photos show former shopping centers now surrounded by hundreds of tents. Families sleep where shoppers once parked. Children play where shopping carts once rolled. What used to symbolize prosperity now reflects despair. Each tent represents a story, a job lost, rent unpaid, a dream deferred. And each empty building reminds America that its economic cracks are no longer invisible. A nation in transition, retail was once America's heartbeat, connecting people, fueling communities, and shaping culture. But as those stores vanish, something deeper disappears with them. It's not just about shopping, it's about identity, belonging, and the quiet collapse of the middle class. The question now isn't just what's next for retail, it's what's next for the people left behind. As the sun sets over another abandoned shopping plaza, the shadows grow longer. The signs still hang, for lease, store closing, everything must go. And in the corners of those same lots, people light fires to stay warm. Maybe the greatest irony is that these spaces, once built for endless consumption, have become shelters of survival. America's malls, its parking lots, its retail giants, all now reflect the same truth. A nation that once sold everything is running out of things to sell, except the story of what it's becoming. If you found this story eye-opening, take a moment to share it, not just online, but in conversation. Because this isn't just a story about stores closing, it's about a country changing before our eyes.